Hey friends, in the previous video, we shared how national defense or the police force are examples of public goods because they are so underproduced by the free market. These are public goods because they are non-excludable and do not have a price tag. So private firms are not willing and able to produce these goods. Because of this, the government usually steps in to provide the good and correct the underproduction of public goods. They can do so in two main ways, either by direct government provision, as we see over here, or contracting out to the private sector. Contracting out to the private sector means that the government can sign a contract with a private company to carry out an activity that the government previously did on its own. And then the government will pay for this through the tax revenues. And in this particular video, let's evaluate how these two policies work, and more importantly, what are some of the strengths and weaknesses. Now, starting with the effects of direct government provision, these effects are very similar to what we've discussed earlier in our positive externality videos. Firstly, they definitely help to reduce market failure because now that issue of under-allocation of resources is now addressed. But once again, if there is a direct government intervention required, these usually require government budgets, which naturally results in huge opportunity costs and very difficult decisions over which goods to support and how much. The size of the benefits are usually also very difficult to measure, and this whole process is usually a highly political and time-consuming process to implement. But if you think about it, the alternative policy, which is contracting out, may seem to have several advantages, such as access to skilled expertise at the lowest cost. But once again, this also means that the government becomes less accountable, especially in terms of the quality of the goods produced, because they have less control over the quality of the goods now. And some also may raise the issue of corruption among some governments within some countries. So these are just some pros and cons of the two policies that economists have in place to correct market failure in public goods.